Welcome to The Art of Likeability, ranked one of the top podcasts in the world. In this podcast, you'll discover how to leverage likability to build stronger relationships, lead more efficiently, close more sales, and keep customers happy while increasing success in your professional and personal life. Let's jump in with your host, Arel Moody.
What's going on, Art of Likeability family? Arel Moody here, your host of the Art of Likeability podcast, host of Things That Go Bump in the Night, host of If You Ever Needed a High Five, Holla at Your Boy, host of Sometimes I Like to Go on Random Tangents at the beginning of my show because it's my show and who gonna tell me not to do it? Who gonna tell me not to do it, huh? You? You gonna tell me? You say it to my face then. Say, if you don't want me to go on Tangents in Miller Show, say it to my face. Say it with your chest, huh? Say it. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Who do you think you are? You think you're from Jersey Shore? You know how to fist bump the air? That's an old reference. I don't even know if you know that reference. Jersey Shore references is now a throwback reference. For anyone who doesn't know about Jersey Shore, it was an old show. It was popular a couple of years ago. Not popular that much anymore. Those people have moved on. Man, have you seen those people? Have you seen the Jersey Shore people? They look different. Some of them look the same. Some of them look very, very, very different. I saw this article online. It was like, Jersey Shore cast, where are they now? And I was like, where are they now? Let me find out. Clickbait always gets you on the internet. I was reading about him. One of these dudes, I forget which one it was. I forget his name because I don't know the character so well, but he looked very different. And I was like, well, I hope he's all right. That was a tangent, people. That's called the tangent. I just went off on a tangent. But it's my show. Like I said, if you don't like it, say it to my face. Say it to my face. You gotta find me first. I'm all over the country. I travel. I do speaking engagements. You gotta find me first. So I kind of have that built in to the reason why I can talk like such a gangster, because I kind of know you're probably not gonna find me because I'm traveling a lot. But if you do dislike what I'm saying, don't come say it to my face. I don't want any confrontation with you. I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So why don't we just jump into this podcast episode? What do you say? Let's do it. You and me. Friends. You and me are friends. That's why we do this every week. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. Because you're my friend. Whether you want to be my friend or not, I'm your friend. Like, you may say, well, I'm not your friend, Arel. I'm like, that's cool. You're my friend. You don't have to think you're my friend. Because I think I'm your friend. And I think you're my friend. Let me live in my fantasy world. Okay? So, I don't even know. Sometimes I can't even understand myself. All right, I want to give you a strategy today that's going to be very helpful in your likability skills. This one is like so good, but it's so simple. The simplicity of it may make people think it's not effective. Seriously, it's so simple, but the simplicity made people think, oh, that's not that effective, bro, but it is effective. The only way you can grow your network, the only way you can grow your career, impact more people, do all these things in your life, more people have to know who you are. What you think about this for a second? I meet so many people, whether they feel stuck in their career, feel stuck in their social circles, like, Arel, how do I meet more people? Or in their career, they're like, oh, my business isn't growing. I'm like, okay, well, let more people know that you exist, Like, I was talking to a friend of mine, and, I love him to death. He's a very good friend of mine. He's an artist, right? And we were talking about this project that he's working on, and he was telling me about all of these things that he's doing for his upcoming project. The thing is, I was like, none of it sounded like anything that included really emphasizing on getting his art in front of more people. It was like there's going to be a video, and then there's going to be this artwork, and there's going to be a new website, and there's going to be a email list, and there's going to be all of these things, right? It's like, oh, it's really good. Like, so yeah, that's called preaching to the choir. Those are the people who are going to see that are the people who already know about you. For you to grow, you got to step out into the world. I have another person that I know, aspiring blogger, right? So the person's like, well, I want to help people with my blog. And I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. Write articles for the blog, and that's it. Now, some people say, oh, but I want people to organically be attracted to me. Yeah, the reason why Adele doesn't got to do much marketing right now is because she's Adele. She's Adele. You're not Adele. You know who you're also not? You're not Beyonce. Unless you actually are Beyonce. Like Beyonce, Knowles, if you're listening to my podcast, appreciate you. Thank you. Hashtag Bayhive, right? The odds are 1 in 8 billion that you're Beyonce. So if you're not Beyonce, you just can't drop an album or throw some workout and think the whole world is going to be a buzz about it. Like, it took 20 years for her to build up the type of rep, you know, where she could just drop something like she did with her album a couple years back. And everybody starts copying it, going, I'm doing the Beyonce strategy. I'm just releasing something. Nobody knows you. You got like 12 people who follow you on Instagram. I mean, come on, man. That ain't causing no. Beyonce she got like a country. I think she's got like enough people on Instagram that it could be its own country, the Beyonce follower country. And she follows nobody on. Have you ever been to Beyonce's Instagram? It's hilarious. You go there, she follows no one. She interacts with no one. I've never seen Beyonce reply somebody, be like, yo, thanks so much for commenting on my picture. I really appreciate you as a fan. She don't do that because she don't have to do that. She's Beyonce. You know who's not Beyonce? You. You are not Beyonce. So if you want people to know about you and your work and what you're doing, you got to put yourself out there. And it's uncomfortable because when you put yourself out there outside of your current comfort zone, your current list of people that you know, you open yourself up for criticism. That's the reason why people don't like doing it, right? Because the people who, like, for example, the people who follow me on, let's say, Facebook, you know, if I post something, like those are my people. They've chosen to follow me on Facebook, right? Like, they're my people. But now if I write an article and post it on, you know, some blog that I've never been on before, I'm opening myself up for criticism. I'm opening myself up to have people not like me. And, you know, people think, oh, the art of likability, everyone's supposed to like you, Orel. No. You think everybody likes me, Orel, the founder of the art of likability? You think I walk around and aren't people who are completely upset with me and dislike my tone out? Of course they do. I can't make everyone in the world like me. I wish I could, but I can't. So if I know that, you just move on. You just move on. Like, if you just accept, like I've accepted, they're just 5% of the population. No matter what you do, like literally, there's just 5% of the population, they just will hate you. I mean, not dislike you, like abhor you. And there is nothing you can do, they're just gonna hate, right? And there's a lot of hate in this country right now, unfortunately. At least in America. I know we got people listening in other countries. I'm sure there's hate in a lot of other countries too, but as of this recording in America right now, we're a very divisive state and people are not getting along. And, you know, it's just people won't like you. Like, so just be okay with that. Like, I know I go out there. Actually, it's interesting. When I post YouTube videos or stuff like that, I kind of have to force myself to not really look at comments. And I know that could be like sacrilegious to some people. It was like, you gotta interact with people, you gotta interact. And I agree with that, but I've just found like YouTube, for example, because YouTube, like you're putting content out there and it's like, you're basically saying, please criticize me. That's what YouTube is. It's like, please. I mean, I've posted videos and like I have this wedding dance video. If you guys have never seen it, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. It's on YouTube. It's got like almost 4 million views. It's my wedding dance. You just type in Orel Moody wedding or Super Mario surprise wedding dance, giving away what happens in the video a little bit. But it's a wedding dance, people. It's like me pledging my life to my wife and we put together a fun little dance, right? We put it on the internet and people so mean on that video. Like some of the comments, so mean. We had a lot of great comments, way more great comments than bad comments, but man, so mean, some of these comments. So when you put yourself out there, whether it's at a new networking event, whether it's writing something and publishing it, you're putting yourself out there to be criticized. That criticism hurts because you want to know that what you're doing matters. You want to know that people are feeling you. And it's a lot easier if you put yourself out there to your own network, you know, you're preaching to the choir and they give you affirmation that you're good. But for you to really grow, you got to put yourself out there. You got to write an article and share it. You got to write an article and reach out to someone with a much bigger following and say, would you mind me doing a guest blog post? Are you okay with that? You got to reach out to podcast people and say, hey, can I be on your show? Can I be a guest on your show? You know, you got to reach out to professionals. Go to a Chamber of Commerce event, go to a networking event putting on by professionals and walk in there. Go to an event where you can get potential business and clients and be okay with them saying no. Everywhere I go, I'm okay with it. Now, a lot of times it's easier for people to say no if there's no skin in the game. I'll go to this local event, nothing happens, I just wasted some time, big deal. But what if you got to go to an event and it's cost you $2,000-$3,000 to get out there with plane tickets and admission costs? It's I don't want to lose there. Yeah, but you know what? Be okay with it. I don't know a story where there's not people who felt lost and messed up. You just get better. You get coaching, get support from people who know what they're doing. Ask me questions. I'm trying to be supportive and helpful. Some of y'all just listening, consuming, haven't left a review on iTunes and nothing not even yo, I appreciate you. I've been listening to you for years, months, weeks, days. Content's really good. Here's 5 stars on iTunes or Stitcher. Just a little way for me to say thank you. Some of y'all haven't done that. What's up with you? What's up with you, man? Huh? What's up with you? You got a problem with me? You don't like me? You don't like me. That's what you're trying to say? You trying to say, well, I don't like you, so I ain't going to give you a 5-star review? That's what you're going to say? You're going to say, I'm purposely not going to give you that 5-star review just because you asked for it? Is that type of person you are? Fine. Maybe you part of the 5%. Why are you listening to my podcast then? Huh? Why are you listening to it? Because we're friends and I care about you. That's why. But no, for real, all jokes aside, leave a 5-star review on iTunes. Seriously, what do I got to do? What do I got to do? Do I got to write it for you? And take your pointer finger and hit enter? Come on, man. Lady friends, do it, okay? Move on. The point is, some people ain't gonna like you, right? Some of y'all listening to this, you don't like me now. You be like, why did he say that? He was so aggressive. He was so in my face, even though I can't see his face. Well, if I look at my phone, I can see his face, but he was so in my face. Oh my goodness, I don't like it. I don't know if I want to keep listening. Do you talk like that? That would be hilarious. I would love to meet a human who actually had that cadence and timbre of their voice. It would be hilarious. But yo, just put yourself out there, man. Look at your industry. Look at what puts yourself out there and do it. I think collaborations are a great way to put yourself out there. Guest blog posting, hosting someone on your show, them coming on yours. If you have a show, if you have a blog, having, requesting people to guest write on yours or you guest write on theirs. If you're in a business, going to an industry conference so you can build networks and connections from other people, calling up people asking for advice, being comfortable if they say no or they don't reply at all. You got to put yourself out there. You want to get some of y'all want to get a little boyfriend, a little girlfriend. You want to get a little romance in your life. You try to light some candles, sip some wine if you're over 21, of course. Have a romance. You got to ask somebody out. Some of y'all nah, son, I'm just going to swipe right, swipe left. That's how I roll. Yeah, that's all good, but, send a message and don't send a creepy message. You know what I was thinking about, by the way? I'm so serious about this. This is a total aside. I've thought about it. Because dating, I know a lot about dating. I help a lot of my friends and families with dating. And I know a lot, but I don't talk about it often because I'm not I don't build myself as a dating or relationship expert. But I was looking at the way people interact. My cousin, my wife's cousin, she's my cousin by law. She was showing me how people interact with her on the Tinder app. And I was like, yo, people need a lot of support on how to interact with people. If you would like me to put out content on how to do more dating stuff, how to reach out, let me know. You got to send me a Facebook message or tweet at Arel Moody and say, hey, Arel, I want to know more about, I would love for you to do more dating stuff. I think, we would love that as your listeners. If that's something you'd want, how to interact specifically in the social media dating world, let me know. And I'll see if I can put something together for you. But yeah, anyway, put yourself out there. Put yourself out there. If you got to ask a girl out, be like, hey, I'll tell you an easy way. I'll just give you a little dating advice. A little easy way is if you're talking to someone that you want to ask out and they're telling you about stuff they like, oh man, I would love to, I've never flown a kite before, and the person's telling you how much they love kites, be like, hey, would you like to go fly some kites with me? Throw it out there. The worst they can say is no, I hope you get hit by lightning. And then you just, you in the same place you in right now. Your ego's hurt. Who cares about your ego? Your ego's a jerk. Your ego is not you, right? You got to put yourself out there. You got to say, what am I going to do to put myself out there? What do I got to do to expose myself to the types of people that can help me? Who are the people that are the influencers? How do you reach out to them? Be persistent. Don't be a bug. If they tell you no, don't say, no, change your mind. I don't like bugging people, but I am a big fan of being persistent. So I encourage you to put yourself out there, be persistent, and I think great things will happen, okay? So I'm out of here, sending you a big old high five. Oh, by the way, did you know that this information I shared about how to put yourself out there and all that is going to do nothing to impact your life? The information does nothing. Did you know that information does nothing? The implementation of this information absolutely transform your life. And I'm hoping that that's why you listen. So I hope you have a great week. Please, if you're interested in dating stuff, let me know. If you're interested in becoming more likable, go to artoflikability.com and sign up for our free report on how to become more likable. We'll send it to you instantly and send you emails every week, which are really cool and keep you updated on all things that we're doing. We're putting a lot of great content online now in email form. So make sure you get it. Leave a 5-star review. Unless you don't like me, then, that's your prerogative. # Bobby Brown. Sending you a big ol' high five, y'all. You are awesome.
Thanks for listening. Make sure to subscribe to our podcast, The Art of Likeability, and reach out with any questions you have. Until next time, remember, my friend, you are awesome.